Unfortunately, I'm pushing into a bit of a headwind, so let's see what the sound is like. Now, I was down here yesterday and I saw three blokes in high vis doing a walk through the detour, and called the Three Musketeers, and they seem to have put in a lot of improvements to the signage along the detour route. So I've got to say thanks for listening, guys. Thumbs up. And I'll have a look at some or all of those improvements today and give my commentary on them. Now, I had to split early yesterday because it started raining, so I didn't get to hang around. And I guess I only saw a fraction of what they did. But so my commentary today is going to be, there's some good, and I'm not going to call it bad, I'm going to say there's going to be room for improvement. And the other thing I'm going to look at is stuff that's probably way too late to implement, but should be put into the lessons learned for the next big project like this one. Now, any project manager who just heard me say lessons learned should understand exactly what I'm talking about. And there's clearly quite a few that can be picked up from this project and used again. So obviously a big part of it, I think a big part of why this detour has been so rocky for cyclists is a lack of preparation, a lack of reconnaissance, a lack of forward thinking about how to make a really good, safe, convenient, clear route for this project. Now, what you got to do, I'm going to try not to whack the mic too much when I swap the flies. One thing we've got to be aware of is this bridge up ahead here is going to close before long, permanently, and they're going to demolish it, and traffic is going to be diverted 24/7 over the Stirling Highway bridge. So this route needs to be brought up to standard really before that happens. Now, we already know down at the end of this street, Pier Street and Pavement Road, there is a risk or a hazard caused by a brick wall on the corner, and the sight lines are obstructed. The same is around the corner at Jewell Parade. So how would we overcome that hazard? One way to do it would be to get people to turn left here. Just eliminate all parking along here within 10 metres of the intersection, and send cyclists up here to Jewell Parade and then down Jewell Parade to Pavement Road. And I've already cycled up and down here yesterday. This is a perfectly good alternative route, and it eliminates two hazards caused by blind corners where you've got brick walls kind of right up to the corner. Now, does that introduce additional hazards though that then need to be remediated? Yes, possibly it does. You've got driveways and stuff here, you're going to have people backing out, blah, 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 and the surface is not that great. I think the council's probably long forgotten about this laneway and never doing any work on it. So, how would I make sure people know this is clearly a cycle route? Well, I would have said to council, guess what, guys? The project will pay for the resurfacing of these streets from the corner back there, kind of around the dog leg, down to Pavement Road. Council's going, woohoo, go for it. And I'd do it in red asphalt, so that it's absolutely clear it's a active transport route. Now, you can still keep all the parking and all that kind of thing. You don't need to take that away. There's plenty of room here for cars and bicycles, but it eliminates these hazards. Now, the next hazard is up here at this corner where the stop sign is, because the footpath is about that wide. Okay, I'm slightly exaggerating, it's maybe that wide. And it's pretty beaten up. So, would it have been possible to widen this path and again relay it in red asphalt? Now across here, there's actually a detour map to my left. Okay, that's good. That up. Probably can't see it on the video. But all these pedestrian crossings, I would have raised them into wombat crossings and painted them green or red or whatever colour you use. So drivers have to slow down in those slip lanes, and it's very, very clear to everybody that people crossing the pedestrian crossing or the wombat crossing have priority. And I would have done that here and over there, and there's a couple of other places along the way and on the other side of the bridge. Now the other thing across here is, how would I make sure cyclists know very clearly that don't go where he's going, you turn left. Well, I would make an L-shaped, curved green strip across here, using that kind of pavement marking and stuff. Oh, there you go. See, she's going across the slip lane there. That driver is actually stopped, which is nice. Yeah, there's that green surface treatment kind of plasticized stuff that you put the grit in, and just make a lane that goes around the corner, and similarly over here to direct people to go across the slip lane. I just, that where the pedestrian sign is, green across there, and just so it draws the eye, so you know you're going from here. When you stopped, you can see I'm going to go across here, and then I'm going to turn right. I'm going to go across this pedestrian crossing, then I'm going to turn left, and blah blah blah. I forgot. So more pedestrian signs. This one, they've put up a bit of fencing with a map, which is good. My criticism of the maps though is they really needed to be redone before they put them up. The maps they're not real good. Now there's a map here, but you can see it's got its back to me. I would double side those things. I can see they've got those eyes on them. Oh God, what do you call those things? It'll be very easy to just strap, just use cable ties, put another map on the back. That would work really well. And again, they could have resurfaced this path. Council, I doubt, will say no. Continuous footpath across there. So all these intersections, I would have made continuous footpaths. And that shouldn't be an issue for the residents over there in that development, because that's all traffic calmed, slow, low speed streets. And I know that because my barber lives in there, and I can't see him every 4 to 6 weeks. And I know it quite well. So, it's got brick pavements and things like that to keep the speeds down to kind of 20, 30 kilometres an hour in there. So putting in raised continuous footpaths at those intersections would not be out of keeping with the area. Now along here, again, I just would have ripped all this up and resurfaced it. You don't just go and build a new path, it's just resurface the existing thing. This signage was put in yesterday. That's good. Going back the other way, they've also put in signage. This path is pretty manky. This could have been redone. Not much you can do about the bridge, really, apart from sweep it. I can see they've come along here and cut a lot of branches off. There's a lot of fresh cuts here. I don't know if that's to stop the trees growing out on the road and hit by trucks, or for cyclists. Now, as we come up to this bend here, I think they've done a bit of pruning of the shrubbery. I might be wrong, but I can actually see the sign through there. I don't know if they've done a bit of hacking and chopping. But if so, good. And again, this path, it's just manky. Just, again, redo it. It's about a 1 kilometre detour. You're not creating anything new, you're just resurfacing infrastructure which is completely clapped out. So it's not like you're being asked to rip up nice new infrastructure that's only a couple of years old, it's in good condition, and redo it. You're ripping up stuff which is 30, 40, 50 years old, totally life expired, not fit for purpose, needs replacement anyway. Now's a good time to do it. This tree needs a trim. I missed that one. And I think that's the kind of thing you pick up when you cycle rather than walk. These guys were on foot. That's one criticism I've got. They need to jump on some bikes and do what I'm doing. They'll pick up on a lot more hazards, like riding in between those poles and then having a patch of dirt just after. Now at this intersection, again, you can consider making this a continuous footpath across here. And one thing to consider is you've got cars coming up this detour on the right here. Sight lines are still a bit blocked. And yesterday I had cars just flying across there from the stop signs. Really eager to get across 4 lines of traffic. Okay, this bus shelter, that ad needs to go. Oh, hang on, someone coming the other way. Anyway, just saw a shadow just in time. Yeah, they should just rent that bus shelter advertisement and replace it with a clear perspex thing. Now, this sign here, this variable message sign, QVS Bridge footbridge footpath closed. Okay, good. Who's it aimed at? You know, it's not aimed at me because I've just come across the detour on the other bridge. To me, the target market for that sign is people who are coming up from Beach Street down there, and they're coming up the detour, and they want to then go north towards Perth. So why they put the sign over there? I'll show you what I mean. So, because I don't remember, maybe the sign is going up down Beach Street, I haven't seen any. Frankly, I would have had some wayfinding signage along here, some detour. I would have said left turn to Stirling Highway and Perth, and right turn to Fremantle. And I would have put that variable message sign either back down the hill or around the corner, because if I have just come around from Canning Bridge, around Applecross and around HMAS Lewin down there, and my normal route is to go up here and then over the Queen Victoria Street Bridge, and I get to here and I go, oh, it's closed. Oh, and there's no map. So I've got to do a U-turn and go back there and figure out where to go. Well, where am I going? Because there is a map back there, but it's for the Beach Street detour, not Stirling Highway detour. So again, they're the kind of things that would have been picked up by examining this route on a bike rather than by foot. This path should be widened. Again, it's not great infrastructure, it's not new, it's not really fit for purpose. Rip it up, double or triple its size, and then leave it as improved infrastructure after the project. Everybody's happy, everybody wins. One thing I noticed through here yesterday, they're driving trucks in and out of here, and unlike the bridge down at the Causeway, where they've got really good traffic control, they've got they've got one of those pole things that stops the traffic on the rest of it. Here there's absolutely nothing. Bloke back there leaning on a ute, wondering what the hell I'm doing, and nothing else really. It's, I look at this and I think of what they've done with the Causeway, and I think this is low key, maybe is the polite way of putting it. Now I'll see if there's still a map hanging down the bottom of the fence as I go past here. Can't see one, looks like, it's now hidden behind the tarp. Yes, I can see it behind the tarp. So that's super useful. Now here, again, you could use green paint, you could use wombat crossings and stuff like that. So there's a car coming off the bridge there to my right, to really clearly make sure you're going this way. Okay, she's going over the bridge. Interesting. Guess you didn't know about the detour, I guess. See how fast these cars, see, they got no interest in stopping. No interest at all. Could clearly see that the cyclist coming the other way, there's a cyclist coming this way, there's a pedestrian crossing. Nah, blah, straight through. If there was a wombat crossing there, or a speed cushion advance, or something to slow the drivers down, there'd be a better chance of them actually stopping for people using the crossing, rather than just blatting through it like that. Right, that's the detour going that way. Hopefully the audio kind of worked. I'll have a crack at it in the other direction after lunch.